What is going on, lads, and welcome to a FIFA 15 squad builder of the players with the worst football injuries ever. Or the worst football injuries that are still on FIFA anyway, but that is not the point. These guys have had crazy injuries. There's some absolutely disgusting leg breaks and stuff like that. Don't worry, I'm not going to put the pictures in this video. If you want to go and Google at your own risk and see the pictures, because some of them are absolutely grim. And then we've got some other ones as well, just to make sure that it's not all just people like, oh, this guy broke his leg, and this guy broke his leg, and this guy broke his leg, and this guy broke his leg. So we've put a few different injuries in there that we are going to come on to. I'm going to talk about some other stuff as well. Before we do get into this video, if you guys enjoy it, I haven't done a squad like this where I kind of just talk to you guys and give you guys info and stuff on really interesting stuff in a while. So if you do enjoy it, smash that like button. If we could smash 4,000 likes, that would be absolutely insane, and I will bring you guys more squads. And any other ones you want to see, pop them down in the comment section. As well, if you want to get any coins, of course, there's a link in the description to IG Sky. 100% reliable. The discount code AJ3 will get you 5% off. And they are ridiculously cheap. It's like £4 per million on PlayStation and about £10 per million on Xbox, which is mental. But let's get into this squad. So, up first in goal, we have got a goalkeeper for once, which is fucking mental with these squads. We don't usually tend to have one of them. We have got, of course, Petr Cech. This guy got a head injury when he was kneed by Stephen Hunt, and you guys know this story. Of course, he hasn't got a picture with his hat on in Ultimate Team. I think he did in the past couple of years, but he, of course, wears a helmet whenever he plays football now to protect his skull, because he fractured his skull and almost died from being kneed in the head, which is just crazy. He was meant to be out for ages. He was actually only out for 3 months, which just, what an absolute warrior. I've got no idea how he managed that. And an even crazier thing, which I found out about as well, is after being subbed on for him in that game, it was in like the first few minutes, or like the first 12 minutes or something like that, I think, where Cech had to go off. They brought on Carlo Cudicini, who also suffered from concussion in that game as well, which is just mad. Head injuries all over the place, but luckily Cech was okay. He didn't end up dying, which apparently was really, really close to, which I was shocked by. And he made a full recovery. He was back playing football after 3 months, the absolute lunatic. In front of him, we have got the Leicester centre-back, Wasilewski, as I think I pronounce his name. Now, this one is a crazy one. This is one of the leg break ones, but this is a crazy one because it was deliberate. Alex Witsel, who I'm sure all of you guys know, he's ridiculously good Belgium centre-mid on this game, stamped, this is back in the Belgium League days when this guy was playing for Anderlecht, stamped deliberately on his leg and like stamped through his leg and just shattered his leg bones. It is grim. There is a picture of it when you Google for it. Oh my god. If you want to go and Google for it, Google at your own will, but some of these pictures do make me feel sick seeing them just when I was Googling around for the worst injuries, and it's absolutely horrendous. And even worse is that it was deliberate. This guy ended up, I think, out for about 10 months, and Witsel was banned for about 8 games. I reckon they should have not let Witsel play until this guy could play again, because that's crazy. He deliberately broke someone's leg, but well, maybe he didn't deliberately break his leg, but he intended to hurt him, and he just crunched straight through his leg. It was absolutely grim. Next centre-back, we've actually got a bit of a weird one. We've got a goalkeeper, and we've got Petr Schmeichel. Now, this guy has never suffered like a ridiculously crazy career-threatening injury or anything like that, but he's in there to represent a guy called David Bust, who is widely regarded as the worst football injury ever. While, of course, Schmeichel was playing for Man U, this guy was playing against them for Coventry, and he collided with 2 Man U players in the box. I think he'd come up for a corner, and like, I don't know what happened. The footage of it was cut when it was on the telly. They didn't show it because it was that disgusting. That Schmeichel is here because he represented, because when he seen it, he threw up at the side of the pitch. It was that grim. Apparently his leg got like tangled or something like that in between the 2 Man U players and like shattered, and his shin bones like sticking out, and there was blood all over the pitch, and they had to like get him stretchered off and his leg secured, and they had to bring on a sand bucket to get like absorb all the blood so they could carry on with the match, because there's like bones sticking out through his leg, and oh, it's meant to be like literally the worst football injury ever. Absolutely grim, and I couldn't make this video without putting him in, so I just had to put in Schmeichel to represent that, because when he seen it, he was literally in the goal by him, ended up throwing up next to the goal. Ugh. Next to him, there is one that they did show on the telly, and one that I actually seen live, which was awful. Brian Oviedo went in for a tackle playing for us in the FA Cup, I think it was against Stevenage, wasn't it? And like his foot planted on the floor and just gave way as he went in for a sliding tackle or something like that. It was terrible. I remember seeing it, and the thing that stuck with me is they showed it and you could see his leg like sideways, and then Jagielka came over and picked his leg up and like held it straight. I don't know whether that helped. I don't know whether it's the right thing to do, but that is the image that stuck in my head, is Phil Jagielka holding Oviedo's leg because his leg is just floppy. It is absolutely just Oh, I don't even... This just makes my leg tingle just thinking about all of this stuff. It is absolutely horrendous, but some of the stuff that happens is mad. In front of him, we're going to have a little bit of a different one, and I was actually at this game as well. I seen this game. I seen the Oviedo one on the telly because it was away at Stevenage, and it was kind of blamed on the dodgy pitch, the way you went in for the tackle, because there was all bubbles all over and stuff. I was actually at this game, like, seen it live at Goodison. We were in Europe, I think, in 2005, and I think it was against Villarreal. I couldn't find this on the internet, which was bizarre, but it definitely happened. I was definitely there, and I've seen it myself. He was elbowed in the back of the head by, I think, a Villarreal player. Don't quote me on who we're playing now. And the soft bit in the back of your head there. Don't know if you guys have ever seen Heroes, but the part of the head where even Claire can die when she gets something pushed through, or it's meant to be a pressure point. If you push on the back of that hard enough to someone, they will basically just go out cold. It's like one of them weird Chinese Buddhist monk stuff where they can do all crazy stuff to you. One of the pressure points is there. Someone elbowed Arteta in the back of that, and he just collapsed on the pitch and started having a seizure and shaking and stuff like that. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen at a football match. I must have only been about 12 or something like that. And it was proper scary. So I just wanted to put that in just for a little bit of go away from all of the leg break ones and stuff like that. Arteta was absolutely fine. Apparently he was just like unconscious, had a bit of a fit, he's prone to them or something. And he was perfectly fine to play on. Not play on with that game, he obviously came off, but carrying on playing football, there was no repercussions from it at all. But I just wanted to put it in because it's just a crazy thing, and it takes a little bit away from all of this guy got his leg stamped on, just the mad stuff that can happen anyway when you're playing football. Next up, we are going to go back to someone who had a leg break, and again, this is classed as one of the worst ones ever. We've got Alan Smith, who broke his leg and dislocated his ankle while trying to block a John Arne Riise free kick. Maybe he should have known better not to stick himself in the way of one of them free kicks, because they are like rockets, but he did it anyway, and it fucking hell did he suffer the consequences. He actually got a standing ovation from the Liverpool fans when he got subbed off, which was crazy, just because they knew that the injury was so bad. Same can't be said when he was in the ambulance, though. The ambulance was actually attacked on the way to the hospital. Bloody scousers. Not sure why they thought that was a good idea to do it, but they did. Some people are just absolute knobheads. And he eventually did make a recovery. You can see he's still in FIFA, he's still playing now. You think he was like a player manager, but that is Alan Smith. Broke his leg and dislocated his ankle trying to block one of the rockets that is John Arne Riise's free kicks. Left midfield, we've got Federico Mattiello, is I think I pronounced this guy's name. This was one of the ones that inspired this because this happened yesterday, I think. And I seen it on Twitter and thought this could be quite an interesting thing to make a video around. This guy basically was playing for Chivos, I think the team is. He's on loan from Juventus anyway, and he kind of put his foot onto the ball, and the ball like rolled away, and his foot got stuck on the floor, like wedged between the ball and the floor, and someone's hit someone's leg at the same time, and he kind of just like collapsed underneath him. It's absolutely grim. Again, there's a vine of this on Twitter if you really want to go and watch it. It's absolutely disgusting. Makes me again just to think about it. Imagine it happened to your leg, but it happened the other day, and this was kind of one of the ones that inspired this squad. On the opposite side, we have got Aaron Ramsey, one of the most famous ones of these. He's been insane since he finally got his fitness back, but it all started, I think, when he had that double leg break against Stoke. Who else but Stoke for breaking someone's leg? Ryan Shawcross it was, the absolute dirty bastard. I hate it when Everton play. You can't play Stoke without getting an injury, basically. You're a horrible football team, but they broke Aaron Ramsey's legs. He was out, he was out for 9 months. They broke one leg twice, not two legs once. He was out for 9 months, and he eventually did come back, and again, him and Eduardo for Arsenal. Eduardo's was even worse apparently, but he's not on FIFA anymore. I consider like some of the worst football injuries ever, behind poor David Bust, who had his career ended by his. Central attack and mid, we have got a striker, and we have got Gomes. Again, this happened the other day, and again, I just wanted to put this in to try and change it up a little bit from all of the leg breaks and stuff like that, and just highlight the fact that it's not just crazy nutters running around breaking each other's legs. There is some other serious stuff that does happen when people are playing football. This one in particular is not really anyone's fault, and it's just really sad that it happens. It's a similar thing to what happened to Mwamba. I think Mwamba had a heart attack. This guy has got a vascular problem where when his blood pressure drops too much, he just faints. Presumably something wrong with his veins. They can't get the blood to his head fast enough, and he just collapses. Apparently it's happened to him a few times before, and he should be okay after a little bit of like rest and recuperation and stuff like that to carry on playing. But it's still absolutely terrifying when it happened in the Tottenham Swansea match the other day, and it just highlights all the stuff like that. Like it happened to Mwamba, and he had to stop playing basically because of a heart problem with him. There's footballers I remember have died in Scotland from having a heart attack on the pitch. So there's loads of stuff like that, and I just wanted to put something a little bit different in. And it is a serious problem in football, and like they've started doing heart checks on all the footballers and stuff like that just to make sure that they are going to be okay. Up front, we have again got a little bit of a different one. We have got Wayne Rooney. Again, I didn't want to have 11 people who've had their legs broken. Wayne Rooney got that massive gash on his head. He also had the one on his leg as well, which is crazy, but this is in here for the one on his head. It was disgusting. disgusting. If you type in Wayne Rooney injury, that is all that comes up all over Google Images, and it's grim. It's basically like a hole in his head. It is like a fucking crater right the way down, or a canyon, or whatever you want to call it. It's horrible. He was criticised for pulling out of the England games for it, so he posted a picture of it on Twitter. Holy shit, it is disgusting. Like, people were saying, oh, you're just faking it, you don't want to play for England, you've got no national pride, you've got no commitment and stuff. And he was like, well, I would play if I could, but look at this fucking canyon in my head, and put it on Twitter, and it is absolutely grim. So that is why Wayne Rooney is there. I think he got that one from a collision with Phil Jones' studs, and he got another one on his leg for someone else's studs or something like that. Or maybe the opposite way around, but even still, it is absolutely grim. Up front, then, finishing this squad off, we've got the most disgusting football picture I have ever seen. Maybe that David Busts one would be worse because it made Schmeichel throw up, but don't think there's a picture of that on the internet because the camera's cut out. Dribbble Cisse has actually broke his legs twice. He broke it once playing for Liverpool, and he broke the other leg playing for France a couple of years later. And it's the one from France that the picture I'd seen. And it is horrendous. Oh my god. It looks like his ankle and foot are trying to go one way, and his body is trying to go in the run off in totally the opposite direction. Or his body's travelling one way, and one ankle's decided, nope, we're going to go that way. And it is, oh my, just... If you guys want to, you can Google it and see it yourself. It is horrendous. You can see like his leg bones sticking out everywhere. It might be a shin pad, I'm not too sure, but even still, it just makes me sick to even think about it. It is awful. He's a horrible person. He's a horrible player. He spits on people and everything like that. So maybe breaking his legs a couple of times is karma, but even still, it is disgusting. So that is where we're going to leave it, lads. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm not going to play with the team because I never really do with these ones. It's more about the information and stuff like that. But still, I hope you guys have enjoyed this anyway. Thanks for watching. Hope you've learned something a little bit new. Go and Google it if you've got the balls to. I really didn't enjoy doing it, but that is where we're going to leave it. Thanks for watching, lads, and I will see you next time.